Collegiate Athletic Conference matchup between the Red Hawks of Indiana University Northwest and your Fighting Saints. At this time, let's introduce this afternoon's starting lineups. First, for the visiting Red Hawks. At one guard spot, he's a junior, number 0, Bashawn Sims. At the other guard spot, a junior, number 11, Damon Crosby. At one forward spot, a senior, number 13, Marshall Watkins. And at the other forward spot, a junior, number 23, Jared Johnson. Rounding out the lineup, in the middle, number 35, Tromon Weston. Indiana Northwest is coached by Mr. Javier Heredia.
From the Sullivan Center on the campus of the University of St. Francis here in Joliet, Illinois. Senior day for the Fighting Saints as they play their final home game of the year today, taking on Indiana Northwest with an awful lot on the line for the Fighting Saints as they try to pick up a win and get themselves into the CCAC tournament starting later this week. Terry Bonadonna with you on the call for today's game as we are set to get underway. It is Lewis Holy set at center court for the opening tip, but that tip is won by Tromon Weston. And Indiana Northwest takes the first possession, going from left to right on your screen for the first half in red. Saints in white going from right to left to get things started here. I'll run through the starters for you one more time in just a moment. This is Damon Crosby with the ball. Bouncing it into Jared Johnson. Johnson, the leading scorer this year for the Red Hawks, misses the jumper. Rebound tips out of the hands of Lewis Holy and into the hands of Damon Crosby. Sets up Johnson for 3, and this time he gets it to go. So Johnson misses the initial jumper, but on the second chance he knocks down the 3, and Indiana Northwest is on the board first today. 3-0 they lead as the Saints take their first possession. Russell Tillery, Carlos Tobias in the backcourt for the Fighting Saints with Rehana Maxwell Topia, Joey Bajemi, and Lewis Holy rounding out the starting lineup. Here's Tillery out to Holy. Lewis Holy with 7 to shoot, finds Joey Bajemi at the top. Just 4 on the shot clock. Bajemi steps into a 3 and misses it. Rebound picked up by Bashawn Sims. Sims, the junior guard for Indiana Northwest, takes it down the floor. He's at the top, backs it up. Now he tries a 3, and that's good. Indiana Northwest has hit 3-pointers on each of its first 2 possessions. 6-0, they take the lead. Starters for Indiana Northwest today: Bashawn Sims, Damon Crosby, Marshall Watkins, Jared Johnson, Tremont Weston, you had already met most of them. Joey Bajemi drives, lays it in, and gets the foul. Lewis Holy, rather, gets the foul called, and Lewis Holy will go to the line to try to make it a three-point play. Big play from the senior center, Holy. 4 out of the 5 starters today for the Fighting Saints are seniors. They've got 6 on the roster. As Holy's free throw is good. And that makes the score 6-3. Big bounce back possession right there for the Fighting Saints after Indiana Northwest had gotten off to a hot start shooting. Here's Johnson on the drive, pulls up, fadeaway jumper off the back rim, no good. Holy grabs the rebound. Bajemi ahead to Tillery. Tillery drives and kicks. Corner 3, Carlos Tobias knocks it down, and we're tied at 6. Big triple for Carlos Tobias to tie things up after Indiana Northwest hit 3-pointers on its first 2 possessions. St. Francis has bounced back, and they have tied the score with a 6-0 run of their own. Here's Watkins. Watkins gets inside, shoots over Tobias, an air ball. Another rebound for Lewis Holy. Here come the Saints trying to take their first lead of the game. Tillery all the way to the rim, floats it high off the glass and misses. Well defended by Tremont Weston there. Here's Johnson shoveling it to the outside. Watkins step back 3. Off the rim, no good. Rebound Weston. Second chance for Indiana Northwest, and no roll there for Weston. Stayed on the rim for a long time, could not get it to drop. 6-6, we're tied, just about 3 minutes into the game. Rihanna Maxwell Topia has it back in the midcourt circle. Then up to Tobias. Carlos Tobias around a pair of screens, cuts through the lane. Nice bounce pass to Lewis Holy, stripped out of bounds by Jared Johnson. It'll stay with the Fighting Saints, 10 to shoot. .59 on the clock in the first half. Tie game to start. Rihanna Maxwell Topia off the inbounds pass. Takes it in on Weston, backing to the basket. He leans forward, misses off the backboard, and the rebound goes to the team in red. Rashawn Sims slows things down here for Indiana Northwest. The Redhawks at 21-6 on the season, looking to finish strong. Johnson misses the 3. Tobias grabs the rebound. Saints are moving quickly when they've had it. Lewis Holy thought about the deep 3. Instead, he hands it off to Carlos Tobias. Tobias hit a 3 a few moments ago. That tied the score at 6. But neither team has scored now in about 2 minutes. Holy throws it away, looking for help on the right side. Maxwell Topia wasn't there for it. Johnson dunks on the other end, and a timeout is called by St. Francis. 8-6, Indiana Northwest has the advantage. And the Saints will go to the bench to talk things over. Rock Allen leading the team today, with Ryan Marks sidelined. Well, that's the wrong word, I guess. You can't really use that for a coach, because normally he would be on the sideline. Today he's out because of technical fouls on Wednesday against St. Ambrose. So the 1-game suspension puts Rock Allen in charge in a big game for the Fighting Saints. They came into the action at 10-11. It's CCAC play, tied for the 8th spot in the conference. Top 8, of course, make it into the CCAC tournament, and they need a win today to make sure that that 8th team is them. Huge game for the Fighting Saints. So far they trail by 2. Joey Bajemi hands it off to Russell Tillery. Bounce to Lewis Holy at the top of the key. Holy gives it up to Carlos Tobias. Tobias looking for help. Shovels it out to Joey Bajemi. Bajemi crosses over, pulls up at the elbow, gives it up to Tobias, 7 to shoot. Tobias bounce to Holy, who lays it in. Carlos Tobias and Lewis Holy have been very active offensively to start today's game. The 2 of them have combined on all 8 points. Tobias picks up an assist for Holy here. Indiana Northwest works it around the outside. This is Marshad Watkins. Watkins backs up on Tobias, now starts to make his way towards the hoop. Backing in, he fires up a shot from about 8 feet out and misses. Rebound to St. Francis. Tobias to Bajemi. And Joey Bajemi takes his time. Working in on Watkins. Bajemi gets by Watkins. Fouled by Watkins on his way up. So Bajemi gets past him and forces Watkins a little bit out of position. Came in from behind with the foul. And the foul is the first on Watkins. Bajemi has 2 free throws. First free throw is good. Joey Bajemi is on the board, his first point today. Darius Wright checks in off the bench. Wright has been starting in favor of, or I should say he's been starting instead of Carlos Tobias for the second half of this season as Bajemi knocks down the second free throw. Tobias gets the start on senior day today, right back in the lineup. About 5 minutes in, St. Francis ahead for the first time. 10-8 is our score. Jared Johnson drives, lays it up and in. Tied up at 10. Here's Tillery. Tillery, long jumper misses. Rehana Maxwell Topia offensive rebound. But he throws it away. Lazy pass, and it's intercepted on the other end. The layup for Damon Crosby puts Indiana Northwest back in front. Crosby gets the steal and the bucket. 12-10, Indiana by 2. Here's Darius Wright for St. Francis. Bounced up top, Rehana Maxwell Topia to Tillery on the left wing. Up top to Joey Bajemi. 10 on the shot clock for Darius Wright. Wright for 3. It's good. Darius Wright was the Saints' leading scorer on Wednesday in that narrow loss to St. Ambrose. Here's Watkins backing up. And a foul is called on Lewis Holy. Holy and Tremont Weston were locked up in a wrestling match away from the ball. Holy called for his first foul.
St. Francis foul number 13, Lewis Holy, his first, team's first.
So with 13:50 on the clock, Holy checks out for Carter Fahey. Ben Metekla is in, and Rehana Maxwell Topia grabs a seat on the bench. Marshad Watkins will inbound for Indiana Northwest. That foul on Holy was only the first of the game against St. Francis. Here's Brian Hernandez just off the bench, passing off to Jared Johnson. Johnson kicks outside. 3-point attempt is short for Watkins, and Tekla grabs the rebound. Carter Fahey walks to the right, passes off to Bajemi. Tillery drives with the left hand. Beautiful drive for Russell Tillery and a finish over Vashon Sims. Tillery is on the board, and the Saints have their biggest lead so far, 15-12. Still early in this one. Evenly matched game so far. Watkins up top to Johnson. Here's Hernandez on the right wing. Hernandez around the screen, passes off to his right. This is Jason Peace. Now Johnson. Johnson fires inside. Watkins lays it in. Nice cut from Watkins, blowing by Joey Bajemi for the layup. 1-point game. We go back and forth early on here. Tekla kicks it into the corner for Wright. Wright works against Brian Hernandez and steps back. With 12 seconds to shoot, it's Tillery, fouled by Vashon Sims. That'll be number 1 on Sims. Subs coming on for St. Francis. Nadav Gerner comes in, as does Lewis McGlasson. 1-point lead for the Fighting Saints. This is Carter Fahey with his back to the basket, working against Peace. He finds a wide open Darius Wright inside, and Wright lays it in. 5 points for Darius Wright, and the Saints are back up by 3. Here's Watkins. Watkins layup, no. Rolls around but does not fall. Here comes Wright. Bounces up top to Fahey, nearly lost it. It went through his hands, but he stuck with it. Fahey out to Wright. Bounce back in for Fahey, who was poked from behind by Peace. And Jason Peace is whistled for the foul.
Foul on number 25, Jason Peace, his first, team's 4th.
fourth foul on Indiana Northwest as Gerner inbounds it to Fahey. Fahey backing in, turnaround, up with the right hand, and cannot get the roll. Here comes Brian Hernandez, across half court. Hernandez driving with the left hand, and a foul called on the floor against St. Francis.
St. Francis foul number 55, Darius Wright. His first.
The first foul on Darius Wright, just the second on the team. Marshad Watkins comes out. DeMont Crosby, after a short rest, is back in there for Indiana Northwest. So it's Crosby, Hernandez, Peace, Johnson, and Jerron Tatum out there. This is Jared Johnson, averaging about 17 points per game to lead the team. Significantly down from a year ago, still effective obviously, as his turnaround jumper misses. And on the rebound, we've got a foul on the Fighting Saints, and I believe this is on Darius Wright, which is number 2 on him.
St. Francis foul number 55, Darius
So
Wright.
Wright, coming off the bench today, provided a nice spark with 5 quick points, but just as quickly has to head out with a couple of fouls. Joey Bajemi is back in. Ball's inbounded to Jared Johnson, given back up to Jerron Tatum. Tatum to his right. This is Peace on the drive. Peace pull-up jumper over 2 defenders. Able to bank it in. So Jason Peace is on the board. The Redhawks are within 1 point. Tekla turnaround jumper is good from 2-point range. Both of these teams hitting their shots at a pretty high rate early on. Saints shooting 50% from the field. Hernandez bounces outside to Johnson. Johnson out to Hernandez. Deep 3. Brian Hernandez is not able to tie the score, and Benmit Tekla rips the rebound down. Tekla down to the corner for Joey Bajemi. Bajemi works his way in. Step back on Johnson, kicks it out to Tekla. Here's Carter Fahey resetting with 12 seconds on the shot clock. Bajemi freed up for a long 3. It's good. Joey Bajemi, his first field goal of the game, and he gives St. Francis their biggest lead so far today. 22-16 is our score. 10:25 to play, and Indiana Northwest calls timeout. Good run here for St. Francis. They went down 6-0 in the blink of an eye, but ever since then, they've been on fire. 8 of 14 as a team from the field right now. They're 3 of 4 on 3-pointers. So a nice little run here for the Fighting Saints. Joey Bajemi and Lewis Holy lead the way with 5 points each. Both of them honored today on Senior Day. And apologies, we were having some problems with the sound on the broadcast during the Senior Day presentations. But Bajemi and Holy were 2 of the 6 honored, along with Matt Atard, Russell Tillery, Carlos Tobias, and Benmit Tekla. And so far today, we've seen 5 of those 6 players already have a pretty big impact on this game. In fact, they've all scored now. All 5 that have been out there. And I know that Rock Allen, who's filling in as the head coach today, would love to get Matt Atard some playing time a little bit later on. The Saints looking to build a big lead. A lot depends on today's game. They need a win if they want to make it into the conference tournament, which begins next week. Johnson fires it into the corner. 3-point attempt is short for Crosby, but the rebound goes to Indiana Northwest, and Peace is able to lay it in off the feed from Jerron Tatum. Nice job by the Redhawks to keep it alive there. Saints are 5 of their last 6 from the field. See if they can stay hot. Joey Bajemi works his way to his right. Bajemi loses the ball, knocked away. Bajemi gets it back. Now he's open for 3, misses it too strong, and the rebound is tipped into the hands of Jared Johnson. Tatum for 3. On the money. Jerron Tatum makes it a 1-point game as He has now assisted and hit on the last 2 possessions and been largely responsible for these 5 straight points scored by the Red Hawks. Fighting Saints basketball. Going to add to this 1-point lead. It's Fahey. Carter Fahey takes it down low. Fahey backing in, fires outside. Tekla on the drive. Little floater from Ben Tekla, banked it in, but an offensive foul. The charge on Tekla, no points on the board on that possession. It's a turnover for St. Francis. That's their 4th turnover of the game. It's also their 4th foul. Number 1 on Tekla. Darius Wright has committed 2 of them. He's on the bench right now. Just under 9 minutes to play in the first half. Hernandez driving by a couple of defenders. Comes up a little bit short at the rim though. Here's Nadav Gerner. Gerner looking down low for Tekla, out of control on the possession, and the Saints turn it over. Tekla and Gerner not on the same page right there. And so the door is open for Indiana Northwest to reclaim the lead. 3 ties, 3 lead changes early in this thing. Saints have held the lead for the last 6 minutes though. Here's Watkins down in the corner. Watkins works against Carter Fahey. Watkins along the baseline, tries to get it to Crosby, but it's intercepted. And Nadav Gerner is fouled on the play. Jerron Tatum is whistled for that one.
Foul called on number 3, Jared Tatum, his first, team's 5th.
5 fouls on IUNW. Here's Bajemi out to Tekla. Tekla dribbles it to the left and hands it to Joey Bajemi. Bajemi at the top. Lobs to the free throw line for Carter Fahey. Fahey works his way in on Peace. Up off the backboard. Misses the shot. And the rebound goes to Indiana Northwest. This is Tatum. Tatum looking to give his team the lead back. Circles around Gerner. Picked up by Fahey. Ball stripped. Scoops it up. Throws it outside. Hernandez for 3. Short. Rebound tipped, and Gerner chases it down. Big defensive sequence there for the Fighting Saints as Gerner is fouled by Brian Hernandez. Good ball work by Gerner. He spun around Hernandez, and Hernandez called for the reach. And they got him back. Lewis Holy and Russell Tillery are back on the floor for the Fighting Saints here. St. Francis has led by as many as 6. The lead is at 1 right now, and that's where it's been for a while. Neither team has scored for the last 2 minutes. It's been over 3 minutes since St. Francis's last point. Tekla turns to face the basket. His jumper is perfect. So 4 points for Benmet Tekla, who just entered the lineup for St. Francis a couple of weeks ago and has really provided a nice spark. Tekla's averaging a little bit better than 7 points per game in his 4. Today is his 5th game of the year. Hernandez, pull-up jumper from the free throw line, rattles home. Still a 1-point game here, 24-23 with under 7 minutes to play in the half. Joey Bajemi lobs it for Tekla. High post. Guarded by Watkins. He fires off to McGlasson. Turnaround three-pointer. Lewis McGlasson is good. First points of the game for Lewis McGlasson. Freshman out of Stirling, Scotland. The lead is back up to 4. Whistle away from the ball. It's going to be a foul on McGlasson. Indiana Northwest has been able to keep it close. It's been a one-possession game largely for the last several minutes, but they haven't been able to get over the hump. St. Francis has led for the last 8 minutes or so of game time. Vashawn Sims is in and will be the inbounder for Indiana Northwest. Inbounds pass is lobbed over the head of Tremont Weston. McGlasson comes up with the steal. Lewis Holy loses the ball, but Sean Sims gets it back. Sims shovels it off to Johnson. Jared Johnson misses, but he's fouled by Rayhana Maxwell Topia.
St. Francis foul number 0, Rayhana Maxwell Topia.
First foul on him.
Team
Sixth on the team, so both sides have hit their limit now for this first half. First free throw misses from Jared Johnson. Johnson this season a 70% free throw shooter. Makes 1 of 2. He is the team's leading scorer and rebounder. 9 rebounds per game, a little bit better than 16 points per. Here's Russell Tillery, and Tillery is fouled on the floor. A lot of fouls called in this first half, and that's number 7 on Indiana Northwest, number 1 on Marshad Watkins, actually number 2, sorry. Number 2 on Marshad Watkins. So now one player on each side has 2 fouls, and Tillery gets a 1-and-1 from the line here. First free throw rims out. There will be no second. Rare missed free throw from Russell Tillery. Here's Johnson. Johnson drives with the left hand. Turnaround for Johnson is an air ball. Lewis Holy saves the rebound to Tillery. Not sure he needed to, but just to be safe, he was able to keep it alive for the Saints. Holy for 3, well short. Rebound to Johnson. Here's Watkins off the pass from Sims. Tatum back out to Johnson. Jared Johnson walks it to the right, bounces it over to Marshad Watkins. Watkins works his way inside, floats it up short, and Carlos Tobias grabs the loose ball. It's knocked out of his hands by Tremont Weston. Weston is called for the foul. Carlos Tobias will march down the floor for a free throw or 2. Mentioned it was rare for Russell Tillery to miss a free throw, but it would be very surprising to see Tobias not get 2 free throws on this trip. Tobias has not missed a foul shot in conference play this year. Carter Fahey is in for Lewis Holy. Tobias a 95% shooter for the season. He's got 3 points so far in this game, and there's number 4. Second shot, even better than the first. 2 of 2 at the line. It's the Saints by 5. Just over 5 minutes to go in the half. Rashawn Sims out to the left corner. 3-point attempt is good for Tatum. Ron Tatum hits the 3. That's his second made 3-pointer today. He's got 9 points. Actually, 6 points for Tatum, sorry. Carter Fahey backs in. Fahey working against Peace. Forces one off the backboard and in. Good maneuver down low by Carter Fahey. St. Francis up by 4. Here's Jared Johnson. Johnson fires over to his left. 3-point attempt for Tatum. Finally misses one. This is short, and the Saints come away with it. Russell Tillery gives it up to Tobias. Nearly threw it away. Tobias chases it back to half court. Near the circle, this is Carter Fahey. The half court circle, that is. Fahey up top to Tobias. And up to Tillery with 8 to shoot. Russell Tillery works his way in on Tatum, and Tatum is called for his second foul. So now Tatum and Watkins both have 2 fouls for Indiana Northwest. Darius Wright has missed most of this first half for the Fighting Saints with 2 fouls. And Russell Tillery will get another chance at a 1-and-1. 9th foul on the Red Hawks. Tillery sets up for his first free throw, which is good. Russell Tillery's got 3 points in the game. Looking for number 4. He does not get it. So just 1 of 3 from the line. But his team does lead by 5 as Brian Hernandez dribbles past him. Gets it down low for Crosby, who's able to finish with a short jumper. Crosby makes it 32-29. There's Lewis McGlasson out to Tillery. Tillery, pull-up jumper. Off the side iron. Rebound goes to the Red Hawks. Here's Vashon Sims. Three-pointer for Sims, air ball. And the Saints let it go out of bounds. Bujemi is in for McGlasson for St. Francis, who has been able to hold on to this lead for most of the first half. The maximum lead has been 6 points. They've also trailed by as many as 6 points. They were down 6-0 before anybody had a chance to sit down. But other than that, one very brief stretch. They played extremely well here in the first half. Tillery bounces to Fahey. Fahey backs in. Fahey to his left. Little scoop shot is good. Carter Fahey back on the board with 4 points for the game. It's the Saints by 5. Jared Johnson casually fires a long 3 and misses it, but it's an offensive rebound for Crosby. Down to Hernandez in the corner. Hernandez drives the baseline, and he's fouled. The 7th on the Saints. So Brian Hernandez will get a free throw or 2 here. First foul on Tobias. Brian Hernandez, an 83% foul shooter. It's a 1-and-1. He misses the front end, and it's rebounded by Fahey. Second time today, we've seen a very good free throw shooter miss the front end of a 1-and-1. They're always costly misses. Joey Bujemi is fouled by Hernandez. Two fouls on Hernandez. He's the 3rd Red Hawk with 2 fouls. Saints in the double bonus now. This was a shooting foul anyway. Bujemi's first free throw misses. We've seen some good free throw shooters uncharacteristically missing today. Bujemi an 80% success rate from the line this year. Saints as a team just 6 of 9 so far. Make it 6 of 10. 80% foul shooter Joey Bujemi misses them both. 5-point game. Hernandez nearly had it taken away by Carlos Tobias. Hernandez gets it back. Tobias almost takes it away again, and this time Hernandez is called for a foul, pushing off of Tobias and trying to get it back. So that's number 3 on Brian Hernandez. It was an offensive foul. Possession had not changed hands. So no free throws here for Tobias, but that's a costly 3rd foul for the backup point guard for Indiana Northwest. Here's Joey Bujemi. Up top, Rehana Maxwell-Topia. Maxwell-Topia drives on Jared Johnson, lays it up and misses. Rebound to Jason Peace. Indiana Northwest has the ball down 5. Marshad Watkins. Watkins fires it over everybody's head and out of bounds. He was trying to find Vashon Sims. Went a little bit too high for Sims. And it's another turnover committed by the Red Hawks. Just their 4th of the game, but they've done it on back-to-back possessions now. Rihanna Maxwell Topia trying to find Joey Bajemi, but Watkins has him blanketed. So Maxwell Topia walks it to the left. Now he spins into the paint, and he's blocked by Jared Johnson. Foul called on Rihanna Maxwell Topia after his shot was blocked. And that's going to be his second foul. This time possession had already changed hands, so we'll get a 1-and-1 here for Watkins. 1-and-1s have not been all that friendly to shooters today. Watkins, though the best free throw shooter on the floor for Indiana Northwest, makes the first. He's a 90% shooter from the line. Ben Matekla is in for Rihanna Maxwell Topia. Watkins made the first, he makes the second. Tobias up to Tekla. Left wing, this is Carter Fahey. Fahey tries the three, way off. Carter Fahey uncharacteristic on that quick shot attempt. And now he's called for a foul on the other end as he reaches in on Jason Peace. Free throws for Peace.
Number 32, Carter Fahey, his first, team's ninth.
88% foul shooter, Jason Peace gets a 1-and-1. And misses the first. These are the two best free throw shooting teams in the conference. Neither of them showing it right now, but Peace is happy with the results. After the offensive rebound, he ends up with 2 points on the possession anyway. And it's just a 1-point game here in the final minute. Here's Joey Bajemi. Bajemi for three, short. Saints have settled for some quick three-pointers on the last two possessions. Indiana Northwest can take the lead back. They haven't had it in 14 minutes. Down low, Damon Crosby turnaround, scores off the roll from the front rim. And Indiana Northwest is in front for the first time since very early. 35-34. 3 seconds separate the shot and game clocks here. Carlos Tobias to the top. Fires a three-pointer and misses it. Rebound brought in by Indiana Northwest with a foul immediately following. 14 seconds to play in the first half, and Indiana Northwest has an opportunity here to distance themselves a bit. The Redhawks have scored the last 6 points to erase a 5-point deficit. And now they can add to the lead. It's been as big as 6 in the game. This is Watkins, 2 shots. The first is good. It was the 10th team foul. So this is a 2-shot deal. Second one is good as well. 37-34, 13 seconds until halftime. Here's Carlos Tobias. Tobias starts to drive. Tobias works his way into the paint and gets fouled going up for the shot. Carlos Tobias has been aggressive today. He's got 5 points, looking for more. Tobias has seen his playing time diminish of late. He was on the floor for only 9 minutes in Wednesday's loss to St. Ambrose, but with Darius Wright in foul trouble, he's getting big action in the first half today. He's 3 of 3 on free throws. Tobias' second shot is short. Rebound tapped around and brought in by Damon Crosby. He loses it. Johnson picks it up, throws it the full length of the floor, and hits the top of the backboard. So free throw shooting hasn't been so great for St. Francis. Carlos Tobias misses his first free throw in conference play, but he at least makes one and pulls the Saints to within 2 points. It's halftime here in Joliet. Close game going, 37-35. Indiana Northwest has the lead. Big game for the Saints today in the regular season finale. I'll take a break. I'll be back in just under 15 minutes get you all set for the second half. Stick with us. Saints trail by 2 at the break.
Ladies and gentlemen, for your halftime show, the USF dance team performing this season's competition routine. The team took home 4 first-place wins so far this season and are looking forward to their national qualifiers competition taking place next weekend. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome your USF competitive dance team.
You are the fancy, the match.
halftime here at St. Francis. The Fighting Saints trail the Indiana Northwest Redhawks 37-35. Terry Bonadonna back with you. We've got 20 minutes of basketball remaining. And for the Fighting Saints, 20 minutes to determine whether or not there will be any more basketball this year. They need a win today, and a lot of other things could happen. There are 4 teams right now battling for 3 spots in the conference tournament, and the Saints are one of them. So first things first, they need a win. That doesn't guarantee them a spot in the conference tournament, but that's all they can control right now. First half was an interesting one. Saints were led by Carlos Tobias' 6 points. They had 4 players with at least 5 and 2 more with 4, so they really spread the scoring around. Jared Johnson led Indiana Northwest with 8 points, 3 of 8 shooting for him. Darius Wright played only a couple of minutes in the first half because of foul trouble. He came in 4 minutes, scored 5 points, but he's back out there as we start the second half. And he is joined by Lewis Holy, Russell Tillery, Joey Bajemi, and Rehana Maxwell Topia. This is Bajemi pulling up at the free throw line, kicking it out to Maxwell Topia. Looks like the 5 starters on the floor for Indiana Northwest. Lewis Holy drives, floats one up and misses. Rebound goes to Weston. Tremont Weston's 3rd rebound of the game. Here's Watkins for Indiana Northwest, passing outside to Jared Johnson. Johnson backs up, slows things down. Off to Watkins, left wing. Lobbed into the post, this is Weston. Tremont Weston working against Lewis Holy, steps back, his jumper is good. And Tremont Weston puts the Redhawks up by 4. Indiana Northwest led 6-0 right out of the gate in the first half. That's their biggest lead so far today. St. Francis led by as many as 6 as well. That was at 22-16. First half saw 4 ties, 3 lead changes. Joey Bajemi misses on the 3. The rebound goes to DeMond Crosby. Saints led most of the first half. It was not until the final minute that Indiana Northwest moved back in front. The jumper misses from Weston. Rebound brought in by Holy from the floor. He's able to flip it up to Russell Tillery. Here's Rehana Maxwell Topia, wide open 3 and way off. That's as open as Maxwell Topia will get a look this year. Joey Bajemi steals the pass. His 3-pointer is off the mark. Darius Wright tips the rebound right out to Indiana Northwest. This is Vashawn Sims into Jared Johnson with a layup. Saints got back-to-back wide open 3s, could not hit either one of them. Both teams are 4 of 13 now from 3-point range. Saints very nearly avoided a backcourt violation right there. Maxwell Topia passing off to Lewis Holy, handoff to Bajemi. Joey Bajemi back out to Holy. He tries for 3. And that one misses and hits off the shot clock, out of bounds. Holy is 0 for 2 from 3-point range for the game now. Holy has been shooting them a little bit more frequently as the season has gone on. He's 12 of 28 on 3-pointers for the year, including today's 0 for 2. Crosby passes to Johnson on the left wing. Johnson steps to his right, fires a 3, misses it short. Neither team shooting the ball well to start this second half. Saints haven't scored yet this half. Here's Tillery bouncing to Lewis Holy. Out to Darius Wright. He tries the 3, and that's short. Rebound tipped around. It's loose, and it's chased down by Crosby. Lewis Holy gets the steal as he rips it away from Vashawn Sims. Here's Bajemi for Darius Wright. The layup is good. And the first basket for St. Francis in 6 minutes of game time. They had seen Indiana Northwest go on an 11-1 run. That was a huge basket for the Fighting Saints. Coming off of the Holy steal, Darius Wright gets the layup. Wright's got 7 points now. The Saints are right back in the swing of things, down by 4. Brian Hernandez is in off the Indiana Northwest bench. In for Vashawn Sims, who went down after the steal. Hernandez has 3 fouls. Johnson, jump stop inside, off the back iron, no good. Tillery, down low to Holy. Lewis Holy backs around Weston and misses the layup. Good move from Lewis Holy, but couldn't finish. Here's Jared Johnson. Johnson is bumped by Rihanna Maxwell Topia. Foul number 3 on Maxwell Topia. We saw a lot of fouls in the first half. Big trouble for especially Indiana Northwest. A little bit for both teams. That's Maxwell Topia's third. Both Darius Wright and Carter Fahey have 2. For Indiana Northwest, Vashawn Sims, Marshad Watkins, Tromon Weston, and Jerron Tatum all have 2. And Brian Hernandez has 3. Here's Watkins working against Tekla. Turnaround jumper is good. A high arcer over the outstretched hands of Benmet Tekla, who just checked in for Rihanna Maxwell Topia. Darius Wright walks to the right side, passes out to Tekla. Tekla steps down the lane. Tekla floats one up, and it's an air ball. Rebounded by Tromon Weston. Driving Hernandez, layup is good. Ryan Hernandez gets the layup and forces Rock Allen to call a timeout from the St. Francis bench. It's a full timeout. Remember, Rock Allen coaching the Fighting Saints today. Ryan Marks serving a 1-game suspension for technical fouls. And Indiana Northwest has built up the largest lead of the game for either side. Prior to this, both teams had 6-point leads, but it's now 8 for Indiana Northwest, 45-37 with 15:42 remaining. And to open up this second half, St. Francis has made just 1 of 9 shots. That follows a stretch to end the first half in which they did not hit a field goal. They scored only 1 point over the final 3 minutes of the half, and they missed their last 5 shots. So they're one of the last 14 from the field after shooting better than 50% for the majority of the first half. And not only have they gone 1 for 14, but in terms of time passing in this game, they've now gone on a 7.5-minute stretch with just 3 points. St. Francis basketball out of the timeout. Russell Tillery sets it up. Benmet Tekla off to his right. Darius Wright lobs it in the post to Lewis Holy. Holy works his way down low. Reverse layup misses. Fighting for the rebound. It's out of bounds. And Tremont Weston touched it last. Might have been Brian Hernandez who touched it last. Either way, it was a player in red. Crimson, I think they prefer. I'm going to stick with red. Tillery inbounds it to Wright. Step back three-pointer, Darius Wright. No good. It was on the mark. A little bit too long. Watkins drives. Watkins is fouled by Bujemi. He is not able to finish, but he does get a chance from the line.
Let's go, Saints! We got a rebound!
Marshad Watkins, 4 of 4 from the free throw line today. I would say I jinxed him, but I think the ball was already in the air when I read the stat. 4 of 5.
Let's go, Saints! You got a rebound, Jerome!
Makes the second. 9-point lead for Indiana Northwest. They have not been dominant offensively in building up this lead. The Saints just can't buy a bucket right now. 1 of 11 from the field this half, and 1 for their last 16 overall. Benmet Tekla dribbles to his left, tries for 3, and finally, the Saints are off the schneid. Benmet Tekla hits the 3 and pulls the Saints to within 6. They had missed their last 7 three-pointers prior to that, and have now hit on 5 of them for the game. In response, Brian Hernandez knocks down a 3. The lead is back to 9 for Indiana Northwest. Russell Tillery drives and fouled by Watkins on the reach, or was it Crosby? Nope, they got Watkins. Tillery inbounds to Lewis Holy. He fakes the handoff to Tillery and now throws it out to him. Tillery drives the baseline and he's fouled by Damon Crosby. We heard a slower start to the whistles here in the second half after they were coming fast and loose in the first half. Indiana Northwest had not committed a foul prior to this possession, but now they've committed two.
Make it happen, Saints! Make it happen, Saints! Create a way! Create a way!
Tillery trying to find help. Gets it to Ben Tekla in the corner. Tekla's pass is deflected out of bounds by Watkins. The Fighting Saints will inbound from the sideline this time. 18 to shoot.
Let's go, Saints!
Joey Bajemi is the inbounder from the sideline. There's Tekla up top. Over to Tillery. Russell Tillery off to the right. Bounces down low to Lewis Holy. Holy backs in on Weston. A little wild shot off the glass. No good, but the rebound is tipped out and kept alive by Tillery. Here's Tekla. Three-pointer rims out. The rebound to Hernandez. So the Ben Tekla three-pointer a few minutes ago did not open the floodgates. St. Francis still just 2 of 14 shooting this half. Johnson whips it inside. This is Watkins. Back out to Weston. Long two-point jumper misses, but Watkins grabs the rebound. Possession kept alive by Indiana Northwest. Their lead is 9. This matches the largest lead they've had today. They can make it double digits for the first time on this Brian Hernandez three, and Hernandez is good. So Brian Hernandez has scored the last 6 points, all on three-pointers. And the deficit is 12 for the Fighting Saints. Bajemi into Lewis Holy. Holy fires it out for Tillery, but it's intercepted. Here's Damon Crosby. Crosby layup is good. Wanted the foul called as well. He didn't get it. We do have a stoppage for a timeout. The Fighting Saints call a timeout. They trail by 14, and since halftime, they have now been outscored 17-5. They are 2 of their last 19 from the field, and now scoreless for nearly 2 minutes again. They've only scored 2 times in this second half. One was on a fast break layup for Darius Wright following a steal. And the only half-court points they've gotten were the three-pointer for Ben Tekla about 2 minutes ago now. Fighting Saints trying to fight their way back into a position in the conference tournament. They were in this same spot 3 years ago. They needed a win on the last day of the season just to get into the conference tournament. They ended up going to overtime thanks to a last-second three-pointer hit by Terrion Howard, who's now on the St. Francis bench as an assistant coach. A buzzer-beating three sent them to overtime. They won in overtime to get the 8th seed in the conference tournament. They ended up going on a crazy run and won the conference tournament as an 8th seed. Got themselves into the national tournament, and they beat the 1 seed in the first round of the national tournament as well. Made it all the way to the final 16. So they're not exactly in the spot they want to be right now, but they know, a lot of these guys from experience, what's possible on the last day of the season. They need to get things going here, though. Carter Fahey from the corner misses the jumper. The rebound goes to Tremont Weston. They remain ice cold as Brian Hernandez drives. Hernandez lays it off for Crosby and out of bounds. Crosby was putting himself in position for the rebound. Hernandez, the no-look pass at the last instant. Crosby wasn't ready for it. Just the 6th turnover today for Indiana Northwest. Saints have only 7 of them. It's been a pretty clean game in that regard, but the problem has been shooting. Saints are 2 of their last 20, and now 3 of their last 21 as Carlos Tavares steps up and makes a huge three-pointer. Tavares has a team-leading 10 points for the game, and none bigger than those 3. They needed that badly. Now let's see if that wakes them up a bit. Crosby backs in on Fahey. Hernandez driving on Lewis McGlasson, throws it away. So Brian Hernandez has gotten a little bit too careless with his passes the last few possessions. He's thrown it away twice in a row. Fahey drives, lays it up, no, but a foul called. Carter Fahey goes to the free throw line. Chance for St. Francis to pick up a few free points here. Fahey, a 69% foul shooter. Free throws have been a problem for the Saints today. These are their first attempts of the second half. But so far in the game, they've gone just 7 of 12. And the first one is good. This is the top free throw shooting team in the conference, and they're in the top 5 nationally as well in free throw percentage, but they've struggled today. Again, 7 of 12 in the first half. And one of those was, actually I think 2 of them were the front end of a 1-and-1, which effectively is 2 misses at once. But Fahey makes them both this time. So the Saints are starting to turn it around. They went down by 14 points, but now have scored 5 in a row. See if they can stay hot. It starts on the defensive end as Indiana Northwest slows it down. Half the shot clock used up. They've remained outside the whole possession so far. Deshaun Sims sends it into Crosby. His turnaround jumper misses, and Nadav Gurner grabs the rebound. Saints looking to extend the run. They've scored the last 5. Fahey into a cutting Ben Metekla, who lays it in. It's a 7-0 run, and that's enough for Javier Heredia for right now. Heredia calls timeout, the head coach of the Red Hawks. 54-47, and just like that, we've got a game again. The Saints have cut this Indiana Northwest lead in half. And this game has had a lot of twists and turns already. Who's to say we don't have a few more in store for us? St. Francis has been up there with Indiana Northwest the whole game. Up and down the stat sheet, there's no area where you would look and say the Red Hawks are significantly better than the Fighting Saints, except shooting percentage so far today, and particularly shooting percentage in the second half, because they were dead even in the first. The Saints went through a stretch where they had gone 2 out of 20 over the final few minutes of the first half and then into the start of the second half. Ever since then, they've made their last 2 shots with some free throws thrown in there as well, so they're on a 7-0 run. And they're right back in this thing. And it was the bench for St. Francis that got them going again. Carlos Tavares, technically a starter today. He got the start on senior day, but he has been a reserve for much of this season. Carlos Tavares, Carter Fahey, and Ben Metekla, who have provided the points on this 7-0 run. St. Francis has been able to hang their hat on that all season, the fact that they are one of the deeper teams in the conference. And they've made a lot of runs with their second unit in there. Right now, no exception. They've got essentially 5 reserves on the floor right now. Again, Tobias the only starter out there. 3-point attempt for Jason Peace. That's a little bit short. And another rebound for Nadav Gurner. Saints looking to cut further into this deficit. It was 14 just 2 minutes ago. Here's Carter Fahey. Fahey fakes the handoff to Gurner, takes it inside himself. Now backing in, and he's called for an offensive foul. That one hurts the Saints. It slows their momentum down a bit. And a critical time for a turnover. Still a long way to go in this game. But they don't want to fall down by double digits again. Crosby kicks it out. 3-pointer for Tatum. It is a double-digit lead for Indiana Northwest. Jaron Tatum makes his 3rd 3-pointer of the game. He's 3 of 4 from the outside. Tatum's got 9, and his team leads by 10. That snaps that 7-0 scoring surge for St. Francis. Tobias step back 3. That's short. Peace grabs the rebound. Deshaun Sims back near half court. Sims dribbles in with the left hand at the top of the key. Shadowed by Gurner. Sims drives with the left hand. Layup, no good. Rebound Tobias. Carlos Tobias on the run. Kicks it out to McGlasson. Sets his feet for 3. No good. Rebound tipped, and Gurner pulls it in. Tobias has a 3-point look, and that one goes. Carlos Tobias has been big today, getting the start on senior day. Tobias has 12 points, and the Saints are back to a 7-point deficit. Indiana Northwest works it around the perimeter. It's Johnson. Very quiet so far in the second half, and he throws an interception here. His pass goes right into the hands of Lewis McGlasson. It's a 10-3 run here for St. Francis. They've got the ball. Gerner on the wing. Down to the corner for Carlos Tavares. Tavares puts it on the floor, takes it inside, gets it out to Gerner. Now Gerner drives. Gerner all the way to the basket. Layup. No, but a foul. The crowd was ready to voice their huge pleasure on a bucket and a foul, but he'll settle for 2 free throw attempts. Nadav Gerner has struggled from the free throw line this year, but a lot of good free throw shooters have been missing today. So maybe we'll get the reversal here. Gerner 57% for the season, does indeed make the first. The bench has been huge for St. Francis today, but on this whistle they bring a few of the starters back in. Lewis Holy and Joey Bajemi replace Carter Fahey and Lewis McGlasson. Only one Lewis on the floor at one time. That's the rule. Only one Nadav as well. Saints are covered there. Gerner's second free throw bounces in. So sure enough, all these 80 and 90% free throw shooters have been missing. Gerner with his 57% mark for the year goes to the line, makes 2, and pulls the team to within 5. Gerner's been playing well today. Those are his first points, but he's got 3 rebounds and an assist. All here in the second half. Brian Hernandez creates some space. Now he drives on Gerner. Left-handed layup misses, and Carlos Tavares grabs the rebound. St. Francis can pull within 1 possession on this possession. Stripped down the floor. It's Lewis Holy. Bouncing to his right, he hands it to Gerner. Nadav Gerner puts the ball behind his back. Down low, Holy. Lewis Holy out to Joey Bajemi. Shot clock at 7. It's Holy picking up his dribble. He finds Gerner on the left, poked away by Hernandez, out of bounds. Hernandez touched it last. So it is the Saints' ball, but just 2 seconds on the shot clock. Gerner the trigger man here. Saints need a quick shot. Into Holy, layup is good. It is a quick shot, and it works out just perfectly. 57-54, just a 3-point game. St. Francis went down by 14 points. They're on a 14-3 run. Here's Watkins. Marshad Watkins outside, guarded by Tekla. Around a screen to the top, just inside the 3-point line. He fires down low. This is Tromon Weston. Weston against Holy, floats it up with the right hand and draws the foul. Good defense from Lewis Holy up until the shot. And Weston is hit, I think, around the elbow. Second foul on Holy. It's the 4th on the team. And Weston will get 2 free throws. First shot is no good. Weston, a 61% free throw shooter, gets 1 more. And he goes 1 for 2. So that snaps the St. Francis run at 7-0, but they are on a 14-4 run. Still going back over the last few minutes. Timeout called with 7:43 to play. And this game, which looked like it was going to come down to the wire before Indiana Northwest started to pull away, has tightened up again, and we may indeed get a tight game all the way to the finish. Indiana Northwest and St. Francis today. The Red Hawks ahead of the Saints in the conference standings. They come into today's action with a 15-5 mark in CCAC play, so their spot in the conference tournament is well assured. St. Francis needs to win. Indiana Northwest will get the 3 seed. with 2 games separating them from both numbers 2 and 4 in the conference. So they're already set in their position. They know they will have the 3 seed in the conference tournament regardless of what happens today. The Saints need a win and they need some help in order to get in. There are so many different scenarios because there are 4 games coming into play today within 1 game of each other. And it's hard to figure exactly how things are going to play out for the Fighting Saints. You have to see some of the other results first. One thing they know for sure is they cannot get into the conference tournament if they don't win. Loss and they're done. Joey Bajemi has the ball for St. Francis. He passes off to Carlos Tobias on the right side. Tobias drives with the left hand, shovels it off last second to Lewis Holy, and it's off his hands, out of bounds. Nice drive from Tobias. Pass just hits off of Holy's paws and finds the baseline. It's a turnover for St. Francis. That's their 9th of the game. Hernandez off to his right. This is Vashawn Sims. Sims kicks it into the corner. Tatum. Ron Tatum's been the big shooter today for Indiana Northwest. Hernandez has knocked down 2 threes as well, and there's his 3rd. Neither Hernandez nor Tatum are automatic from 3-point range, just a little bit over 30% for both of them. But they've gone a combined 6 for 9 in this game. The lead is back up to 7 for IUNW. Tobias walks to the right, gets the screen from Holy. Carlos Tobias drives, it's stripped, but he's fouled. The foul is on Hernandez, and that's his 4th. Watkins has 3 for Indiana right now. That's 4 on Hernandez. Fouls could play a huge impact on today's game down the stretch. Saints have a handful of guys with 2 fouls, but nobody's got more than that. Ball is inbounded to Lewis Holy, who hands it to Russell Tillery. Tillery bounces into the post to Holy. Holy's stripped, and he's fouled by Watkins. Or no foul. I think we've got an inadvertent whistle here. So possession is going to go to Indiana Northwest. No, they called it a travel. I don't know about that. I think that seemed like an inadvertent whistle. It might be the official's way of saying it's Indiana Northwest's ball. Because on an inadvertent whistle, you've got to play the possession arrow, which really wasn't fair in that case because Indiana Northwest had already taken the loose ball. If the whistle occurred while the ball was loose, it's one thing. But Indiana Northwest was clearly going to recover that ball. Johnson for 3, no good. Rebound of Ben Metekla. We're talking around in circles here. The bottom line is the Saints turned it over, and it didn't hurt them. Indiana Northwest missed the shot on the other end, and Russell Tillery scoops it up for the layup. And Tillery gets the Saints back on the board after a short drought for them. Hanging around, down by 5. They have not led in the second half. They led for the majority of the first half before the Redhawks went on a huge start to this one. They started out 17-5, outscoring the Saints out of halftime. Saints have recovered since then. Pulled to within 3 at one point. Turnaround jumper is good for Marshad Watkins. Good looking jump shot there. Watkins has 11. Tillery up to Tekla. Tekla hands it off to Tillery. Tillery pull up from the free throw line. Short on the jumper. Offensive rebound. Holy came flying in out of nowhere there. Tekla, long 2, no good. And this time Indiana Northwest comes away with the rebound. Final 5 minutes of play. And it'll be the final 5 minutes of the season for the Saints if they can't come back. 3-pointer misses short from Tatum. Tatum's been a hot shooter today, but I think in general the Saints will give him that shot if he wants it. Tekla around the screen. Looked like he was thinking about the three. Passes off instead to Tillery. Tekla bounces to the high post. It's Lewis Holy. Hand off to Joey Bajemi. Bajemi, step back two-pointer is short. The Saints are back into their shooting doldrums. Under 30% here in the second half. At one point they were 2 of 15. They got hot, but they have cooled off. Johnson off to Tatum. Jerron Tatum steps back behind the three-point line. 4 to shoot. 2-point jumper. Hits the back iron, and it's rebounded by Weston. Another chance for Northwest. Pass is sent out to Jared Johnson, and Johnson runs some clock. The shot clock is under 10. Jerron Tatum with 5 to shoot. Guarded by Tillery. Drives around Tillery and loses it out of bounds. It stays with Indiana Northwest. 2 on the shot clock. Saints had a possession like this a few minutes ago. They had the ball underneath the basket with 2 on the shot clock. They were able to get a quick layup out of it. We'll see if the Red Hawks are able to pull off a similar feat. Johnson lobs it in for Watkins, and even easier for Indiana Northwest, a foul called. Watkins has been given a technical foul, or Crosby actually has been given a technical foul. But Watkins will get a free throw first to complete his play. Foul on the technical foul's on Damon Crosby for his reaction off the alley-oop on the inbounds play. And now the teams are sent to their benches so the officials can sort this out. Indiana Northwest had it with 2 on the shot clock. They run an alley-oop. And they're able to get the bucket for Marshad Watkins. I thought Watkins was fouled on the play as well. I thought at least that was the call. But Indiana Northwest has been given 2 technical fouls. So Damon Crosby and Jared Johnson are both given technicals. And in the case of Crosby, that's a big one because it's his 4th foul. So I'm not sure what the ruling is here for St. Francis on the double technical. So they're announcing now there was a personal foul on Lewis Holy, which was what I thought was the original call. So Watkins got the dunk. He's going to get a free throw, and then I don't believe St. Francis gets 4 foul shots for the double technical. I think it would just be 2 in the ball. Wait to see how they sort things out here. It's the 3rd foul on Lewis Holy, by the way. 5th on St. Francis. The Fighting Saints are into the bonus with 3:37 to play. Saw fouls called at a much higher rate in the first half. But now this whole Michigas with all the technicals, Joey Bajemi will shoot the technical shots, and then Watkins will get his 1, which just makes more sense. Bajemi, an 80% foul shooter, just missed his 3rd in a row. He's 0 for 3 today. The second one misses as well. Bajemi is 0 for 4 on free throws today. He's going to get 2 more. So the double technical does mean 4 free throws. And finally it goes down. If the Saints are not able to complete the comeback today, they will definitely look to free throws as a big part of the reason why. Bajemi does make 2 in a row here. They are 13 of 20 from the line, and their misses have come from some of their best shooters. Bajemi's missed 4 of them. Tillery missed the front end of a 1-and-1. Carlos Tobias missed one for the first time in months. And those guys are all 80% or better for the season. And that's been St. Francis's claim to fame. Again, top 5 nationally in free throw percentage for the year. So Watkins will get his free throw now. Following the double technical, the Saints got 2 points out of that. So they're within 7 again. And the free throw now for Watkins is good. So after all is said and done, Indiana Northwest comes out of the fray with 3 points and St. Francis with 2. Carter Fahey on the floor for the Fighting Saints. Fahey and Holy are both out there, which is a rarity. Joey Bajemi on the wing. Loses it, gets it back in the corner. Now we've got a whistle. I think we have a clock issue. Look up the shot clock right now and see it's at 30 seconds, and that is an issue. I think they reset it when the ball was knocked away from Bajemi, but Indiana Northwest never took possession away. Shot clock should be at 15, I believe. We set it to 14. So 3:37 remaining when all that was going down with all the fouls. Here's Lewis Holy, who hands it to Darius Wright. Wright bounces down low to Holy, up to Carter Fahey. Fahey works his way underneath. Reverse layup is no good, but he's fouled. That's Tremont Weston's third foul. Hernandez and Watkins both have 4. Weston's now got 3 as Fahey makes the first free throw. Johanna Maxwell Topia's got 3 fouls for St. Francis. I mentioned a moment ago that nobody had 3 on the Saints. Maxwell Topia does. I kind of forgot about him. We haven't seen him in so long. He's been on the bench for the last 13 minutes. Fahey misses the second free throw, and Lewis Holy gets the rebound. Holy fought hard for that one, fell into the bench, and now the Saints get another chance. Bajemi bounces it in for Holy, deflected away by Hernandez. Holy gets it back and calls timeout with 10 on the shot clock. 3 minutes to go in the game. 3 minutes for St. Francis fighting for their season. They trail by 7. St. Francis has been so consistent in the conference season. They are 10-11 overall this year. And if you go back to the start of December, well, all the way back to December 11th we can go, and their season has gone win, loss, win, loss, win, loss, win, loss, loss, win, win, loss, win, loss, win, loss. So they've had 1 2-game losing streak followed immediately by a 2-game winning streak, and other than that, they just traded wins and losses back and forth. They started the season out 5-1. They lost 3 in a row, and since then they've been trading W's and L's. They lost their last one. They need that trend to continue. They need this win today. Trying to secure the 8th seed in the conference tournament, which starts this week. Darius Wright for 3. That's short. Good look for Wright, but shooting has not been the forte of St. Francis today. 7 of 24 from 3-point range. This is a good 3-point shooting team. Just hasn't been there for them in this game. But you've still got to feel like with the number of good shooters they've got, the 7-point deficit is not insurmountable. Here's Watkins with the shot clock at 4. Watkins, turnaround jumper, short, offensive rebound. Damon Crosby, second chance effort is good. Enormous, one of the biggest plays of the game so far. The offensive rebound and the putback for Damon Crosby. It looked like the Saints had the stop. Bajemi nearly threw it away, looking for Rehana Maxwell Topia. Now Bajemi for 3, in and out. Rebound, Rehana Maxwell Topia. Can the Saints pay dividends after the offensive rebound? They cannot. Joey Bajemi misses another 3. Bajemi has been so good shooting the basketball all year. Today he is just off his game. 1 of 10 from the field, including 1 of 7 on 3-pointers, and he's also just 2 of 6 from the free throw line. Bajemi, a 38% 3-point shooter for the year, and the team's leading scorer. 3-pointer for Johnson is good, and all of a sudden the lead is back up to 12 for Indiana Northwest. Just a minute and a half to go. The Saints need to get hot in a hurry. Russell Tillery throws it away, deflected right back to him, and he's pushed out of bounds by Damon Crosby. Crosby has fouled out of the game, and Russell Tillery is going to the line. So that's huge for St. Francis. At their lowest point of the game, down by 12 with just 90 seconds to go, they get the ball back, nearly turn it over, and instead that turnover turns into a potential for 2 points with the clock stopped and one of Indiana Northwest starters having to exit the game. But Tillery misses the front end of the 1-and-1. Second time he's done that today. This is really head scratching. Virus has infected the entire team. They're just not making free throws today. Hernandez backs it up. They can run this clock all the way down to about 50 seconds on this possession if they want to. Hernandez thought about the step back three. Stripped by Tillery, gets it right back, 5 to shoot. Hernandez, pull up from 2-point range, misses the jumper. Holy grabs the rebound. And now Holy gives it back to Bujemi. The Saints have to work very quickly here. Joey Bujemi for 3, it's short. And the rebound knocked out of bounds by Holy. Holy has 9 rebounds today to lead the team. Couldn't grab that one as he loses it out of bounds, trying to keep it alive. Now the full court press from St. Francis. And it's beaten by Tatum, who lobs it down low for Weston, who puts the exclamation point on this thing. Tromon Weston on the alley-oop puts his team up by 14, and with just 33 seconds to go, it looks like curtains for St. Francis as Ben Tekla receives the pass. Tekla drives, bounces it in the corner for Darius Wright. His three-pointer is no good. Offensive rebound, second chance Tekla puts it in. Timeout called by the Saints. 12-point game, 21.7 on the clock. And a tough pill to swallow for the Fighting Saints today. They needed a win to keep their season going, and for a while it looked like they were going to get it. They played a great first half, but the final 3 minutes of the first half, all of a sudden, they got cold from the field. They missed their last 5 shots of the first half, and here in the second, they're shooting just 26% as a team. They're 3 of 17 on three-pointers, and in the game, they're just 61% from the free throw line, which is not a good number in general. But even worse when you consider this is one of the best free throw shooting teams in the country. They shoot them at 77% for the year. Look at some of the free throw shooters who have missed. Carlos Tobias missed one. He hasn't missed a free throw in 2022 prior to today. Joey Bujemi's an 80% shooter. He missed 4 of them. You've also got Russell Tillery, who's an 80% shooter for the season. He's not only missed 2, but they were both the front end of a 1-and-1. And there's a foul on Darius Wright. The Saints will try to keep this game going a little while longer. That was just the 6th foul on the team. So they'll have to do it again. But Rock Allen is emptying his bench here as well. So mixed messages a little bit. He's keeping the game alive with the fouls, but getting set to pull some of the starters as well. Give the seniors a chance perhaps to walk off their home floor one last time. Inbounded to Peace, and Peace is fouled. He'll go to the free throw line on the other end. So Tyler Irvin and Jake Carley hop off the bench. They'll check in here. 19.6 to play. Joey Bujemi departs. And Bujemi gets a good hand from his teammates and from the crowd. Russell Tillery leaves. Nadav Gurner comes in. Ben Tekla leaves, and Lewis Holy heads off the floor one last time as well. The crowd gives the seniors a hand as they depart. Tough ending to the season, tough ending to their collegiate careers as Peace makes the first free throw. But it looks like the Fighting Saints will finish in 9th place in the conference. .point game, and Peace misses on the second free throw. Rebound knocked out of bounds, last touched by Tatum, Jaron Tatum, Indiana Northwest. So the Saints will get one last possession here. Nadav Gurner gives it up to Jake Carley. Carley takes it down the floor. Across the timeline, 9 seconds to play. Carley gets around a screen, sends it into the corner. Rehana Maxwell Topia for 3. That's short. And that's the game. Fittingly for St. Francis, it ends on a missed three-pointer. The team that has been so good shooting the basketball for most of this season just couldn't put one in during the second half. And this game has gone final. with our score, Indiana Northwest 74 and St. Francis 61. Saints went down by 14. They fought all the way back to just a 3-point deficit. It looked like they were going to complete the comeback, and then they went cold again. In fact, in the second half today, they managed only 26 points, and almost all of them came in one little stretch. They were ice cold to start the half. They were ice cold to close the half. They went on that great 14-3 run to get themselves back into it, but just couldn't finish that comeback as Indiana Northwest just steady all the way through. And they shot the ball well in the second half, 5 of 9 from three-point range. They ended up shooting 41% on three-pointers for the game. The Saints just 24% from three-point range. Saints 3 of 18 on second half threes, and 8 of 32 overall from the field in the second half. Leading scorer today for the Fighting Saints was Carlos Tobias, who scored 12 points, also chipped in with 4 rebounds and an assist. Really nice game for Tobias, who got the start on senior day today. They also got 11 points from Benmet Tekla off the bench, 8 rebounds for him. He's a senior as well, played only 5 games. He was a senior transfer, missed most of the season, but just came back for the last few weeks and has been really good in his 5 games. And I know Ryan Marks and company are sad they won't get a chance to see him for more than those 5, but he played well again today, 5 of 8 shooting for St. Francis. Lewis Holy finished with 7 points, 9 rebounds. Joey Bujemi playing in his final game for St. Francis. Another fine season for him, led the team in scoring, better than 13 points per game, but today shot just wasn't falling for him. 1 of 11 overall, he scored 7 in the game. Indiana Northwest was led by Watkins. He scored 14 points. Marshad Watkins, 4 of 11, shooting 6 of 7 from the free throw line. Added 6 rebounds as well. Damon Crosby finished with a double-double of 10 points and 10 rebounds. They got 13 points each from Jared Johnson and Brian Hernandez. Again, our final score, 74-61. Indiana Northwest defeats St. Francis. They improve their record on the season to 22-6. They finish conference play at 17-5. Actually 23-6 now, sorry, and 17-5 in conference play. And they will move on to the conference tournament. St. Francis closes up the year with a final record of 14-13. They drop to 10-12 to wrap up their CCAC season. Again, Indiana Northwest wins by 13, 74-61. Our final score. Thanks for tuning in today and throughout the season to St. Francis men's basketball. Today, of course, our final broadcast of men's basketball for the year. Hopefully, you've enjoyed yourselves today despite the results in Indiana Northwest's favor. 74-61, our final score. The Saints finished the season with a 14-13 record. That does it for me today. Until next time, Terry Bonadonna signing off for the University of St. Francis. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday.